just so you guys know. I record this so that people can watch it later. So yeah, so welcome everybody. And we're just gonna chat. Is there anyone who sees any questions on our tic-tac-toe that they want to talk about or that they have questions about, and we can share ideas?
This link you put in the chat, this is for this document you have up on the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. I hope it's not my book link. I have both things open right now.
Yep, okay.
It's the tic-tac-toe, right?
Okay.
So, I personally was thinking about maybe chatting with you guys for a couple minutes about strategies for how you guys keep yourselves refreshed throughout the day. Because I think that's important, just in general, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. So does anyone have any tips or tricks for how they refresh themselves? Takeda, I refresh myself during the day by meditating and mantras. Nice, I love it. Did you write your own mantra, or is it something that you found somewhere? I'm curious. You can also take yourself off of mute too if you want to talk, and share out that way. Let me see if I have any participants trying to get in. I have a 15-minute power nap. Yeah, I started taking naps during quarantine, Rhonda. Like 20 winks, as my grandmother used to call it. Yeah, a power nap is amazing. Cool. So you created one and you found one. Designed by T's gospel music and read a Bible verse. Nice, nice. Music is everything. Power naps are fabulous. Yes. Yeah. I like using time to like just daydream a little bit. You know how like when you're a child, you kind of daydream and then you get ideas. You kind of feel fresh and excited about it. So I find like just like 10 minutes even of just daydreaming. It's good for creativity. Anyone else want to add anything? We can go on to another question.
I don't recharge. Can I just say, I don't have time to recharge.
Yeah.
I don't recharge. I recharge at midnight when I go to sleep and wake back up at 6 when I wake back up. I just find that there's no time for me to recharge. I mean, I get up and I walk and maybe step outside.
Yeah.
My car and back. I don't do much.
I think that counts though. I mean, just taking a walk, like going out into nature and just getting some fresh air, even if it's for 5 minutes. I think that counts, Marsha. Yeah. So
I might just watch a show or something. Like, you know, there's just certain times where certain things come on. And like, if I feel like I did a certain portion of work already and I'm like, okay, People's Court is about to come on, like, okay, this is technically going to be like a late lunch break or something, so I'll go and watch People's Court or something, or Wendy, and then I'll get back. I don't know if that counts as a refresh, but that's how I kind of like try to measure out, like, okay, I'm done for a second and come back, you know.
yeah, you're giving yourself a chance to just think about something else. Then
yeah,
I think that would count if it works for you, right? Everyone has what works for them.
I think that every little moment that you find to just stop and be can be a refresher.
This is true. You're right. Yeah. Could even be, it doesn't have to necessarily be like a long period of time. It could be like a minute.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, for sure. Hi, Flora. Thank you for joining us. I see you. We're going to start with the speakers in 1 minute. We were just doing a little getting to know each other activity, some tips for how we keep ourselves refreshed throughout the day. And then we're going to start at 7:45. So,
Awesome.
yay. Also, you know what would be good? Oh, wait. Power naps are fabulous. Yes, yes. Yeah. It's not good to always burn the candle at both ends. Sometimes just a moment. All right. So you guys can also put in the chat, you can put your name, your contact info, your email, or social media or LinkedIn. So you guys can exchange and keep in touch with each other after this is over. Because that's, you know, part of the whole point is for you guys to still be in contact with one another and to, you know, support each other as you guys need. So it's 7:45. Yay! Tracy, are you ready? I'm going to introduce you first. Uh-oh.
Introduce me, but my keyboard is, I have a Surface Pro where the keyboard goes on the bottom, but then the computer can turn into a tablet. And for the last 3 days, I can be on it and it's just opening up different windows. So I'm looking at it right now, freaking out, because that's something on my Christmas list, is to buy a replacement keyboard, because this one it's probably on its last leg. So I hope I can get through this.
Uh-oh. If you need, worst case scenario, if you need, and it's a link, you can drop the link in the chat and I can share for you the screen.
Oh, okay, great.
So we'll try it though for you.
Okay.
But okay, so we're gonna be hearing first from Tracy Totten. I have her bio. I always write everyone's bio out. So she is the owner of Sasseries. As a woman-owned business, Sasseries believes every woman, no matter what shape, age, or color, can express herself through fashion. And she's going to be chatting with us and sharing some social media management and automation tips. You ready?
Yes, thank you so much, Beth. Yes, as she said, I'm Tracy Totten. I'm the owner of Sasseries, which is an online lifestyle boutique. We do service women. We have unisex pieces for men as well. We have some kids items. We just expanded to mugs, and well, due to COVID, we weren't able to expand to our women's clothing line, but we are still actively working towards that goal, hopefully no later than January. So today we're going to be talking about social media management and email marketing. So I know most of us, we don't have time, especially now with doing Zoom school and Zoom work and conferences. And for most of us that are small business owners, it's very hard to multitask and still remember to put up a post on Instagram or, you know, comment on a post, or someone asking you a question under a post and you didn't get a chance to respond, and that could have cost you a sale. So for things of that nature, there are a lot of different automated services that you can use that are free, that can help you plan out your content so that in the future, you don't have to worry about remembering to post once a day, 3 times a day, however have you. And as we all know, the most you post, the more engagement you do, you'll keep people engaged in your content. Because at the end of the day, especially with social media, it is like a mini portfolio. And if you're in a product-based business, you want to show people the products you have, not just send them to your website, not just have personal photos. You want to kind of tell a story with your content. So to do that, one of the automated programs that I like to use for my personal business is called Planoly. Planoly allows you to schedule your content. You can have the content straight from your cell phone and click on each photo, transfer them over to Planoly, see how it looked before you actually post these photos. If you're trying to go for a flow, a color content, if you're trying to tell a story, Planoly allows you to literally plan out all of your content. They do have free plans, they have monthly plans, and they also have like a yearly subscription. So for me and my business, I believe that that's good because I can say like the end of the month to start planning ahead at least like maybe 5 or 6 days in advance. And you can write your caption, you can use your hashtags, you can even tag your products and put the date and the time that you want to send these posts to go live. Now, also on Instagram, they have a back end of the analytic portion, and it shows you when your followers are most of the time spending time on Instagram. So with Instagram being such a big platform, I think since October of last month, they are netted to have about 4 billion people that are subscribers. So there's 4 billion people out there that our businesses could reach. And the type of followers that you have now, you can tell when they're online, when is the most frequent times when they're not really online. So you can automate all your posts to make sure that you're capturing your type of audience at the right time. And of course, this will help improve your business. Another software program I know some business owner uses Later. And it's just like Planoly. For me, I don't use it. I see Tamika shaking her head. You use that one, Tamika? Yes, I want to get started. Like I want to play around with that as well, just to see, you know, which one works. Everyone has a different reason what they use for their businesses. So I recently heard about Later, and I've been hearing a lot of good news about it. Same type of setup where you can schedule your content. I think the plans are a little bit different, but they both pretty much do the same thing. So right now, a lot of people, we don't have time to physically put out posts and make vision boards and stuff for products that are selling fast and you want to kind of move fast. So with the planning through Instagram with Planoly and Later, that'll allow you to free up a lot more time. Sometimes people are like, you're sitting right next to me, I didn't know you put up a post, but they don't know I've had it scheduled for a few days, or sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't know I forgot to post a date, and I'll go and look and see I posted. Not only can you post to Instagram, you can also schedule your stories as well. So this way you can multitask. You can have your stories lined up to tell a story. You can have your post set up also to, you know, attract the kind of customers that you want for your content and to make it all unison. Also, before you even schedule to plan out your content, you can design your content. I'm not sure if a lot of you guys are familiar with Canva, but Canva is a powerhouse tool that, number one, it's free for all teachers. So that's a good thing, especially right now during the pandemic. You can make PowerPoint presentations. You can do all the designs you need for your business, mugs, clothing, everything you can design through Canva, and that's canva.com. Canva allows you to upload your own personal photos. If you don't have a lot of product photos, that's fine. They have product photos, stock photos that are in high quality, so you don't have to worry about images. You can look up different backsplashes and colorways, and this way you can create the type of post you want and tell your story. Once you save those images, again, with Planoly, you can move those over to your cell phone because Canva has an app as well. Whatever you design on your desktop, it goes straight to your phone automatically after you download that photo that you created, and you can then upload it to your Planoly or straight to your Instagram. And it saves all of your information as well. So you can design your content through Canva, upload it onto your Planoly or Later, and then schedule it to post on your social media. Now, when it comes to the email marketing side of it, a lot of small business owners don't realize that we're not just a social media business. I'm sure no one wants to just be big on Instagram or big on Facebook. You want to own your own content. Facebook goes away or Instagram gets canceled for some reason, they have all of your customers' information. you own your email marketing list. You own your email list. That is yours to keep. And the way to build your email list up in case something like this goes down, you don't want people to forget about you because you're not sending emails or you haven't been sending emails. So there's a platform that I use called Klaviyo, and that's Klaviyo. Klaviyo lets you send out 500 emails for free, up to 500 contacts. So up to 250 contacts, my apologies. They have over 50,000 businesses that use this software for marketing. Now, we all get emails from our favorite boutiques or big brand marketers, Macy's, Old Navy. A little tip I like to tell some of my mentees that I work with is, again, we sign up for 9 West or Old Navy, go in your inbox and just search that one brand and check from the last month and count physically how many emails you receive from that company. These big brands are sending us 20 and 30 emails a month. Not to say you want to just shoot out all these emails because you want to make sure you have great content to go with them. But to say that is they have these things automated. These are not physically a person sitting here chugging out emails. They're coming up with flows and series that are going to work to help your brand. When you set up email automation through like a Klaviyo platform, or some people use MailChimp. I used to use MailChimp in the past, and now I use Klaviyo. You can come up with email series. And the most emails that make your business's money are welcome series, abandoned cart emails, and emails that are announcing new products or new arrivals. So when you do like a welcome email, customer signs up for your website, you might give them an incentive, 10% off for giving us your email. We all sign up when we see a discount. Most of us don't shop unless we get like an incentive or a coupon, right? So once they get your email, you can say you don't want to be on their marketing list, but most of the time we get on their email marketing list because we want other deals. We want to track our purchases and, find out about new arrivals or what they have. Now, once they collect your email, your personal business can set up flows that are scheduled for certain days. So I don't know, Beth, can I share my screen? I'm gonna.
Yeah, I have to make you host.
Yeah.
And then you can just make me host after.
Okay.
You're done. Yeah.
If I could just show real quick. Before I share, let me get. Am I sharing the screen yet or no?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Just gonna go into. Okay. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Okay. So share screen.
It should be at the bottom of your Zoom.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, perfect. You got it.
Got it now?
Yes, we see you.
I'm waiting. This keyboard is so janky. Okay, so this is the back end of Klaviyo's website. And this is just showing you a welcome series. So when someone signs up, subscribes to your website, we collect your emails and they get an automatic email. Welcome to Insiders Club. There's like a discount code that they can use for their first purchase. After that, these are how you can do, this is a welcome series. So I have 3 emails that go out to customers that give me their email address. So from getting just their email address for getting a coupon, this can generate you, sales for your business. So I'll send an email, welcome to the Insiders Club. This is the way it looks. So I can edit these emails. I just let them know, thank you for joining, tell them a little bit about the business. I let them know that if you don't turn off your spam, you know, it can go to your spam folder, something like that, just a small message. I included a photo just to make it more personal, tell you a little bit about the brand. And then you can also attach maybe some popular items just so they can see them. And it's clickable. These people can click on it and it'll take them straight to these items. So that's one email they'll see. Then it says after a day at 6 a.m., and again, you can customize your emails as you like. They'll get a second email, and the email will look like this, you know, just asking them to sign up for our social media. And then you can also update these however frequent. I usually update them once a month. So then I'll let them know, okay, now you can follow us. These are some more of our items. You want to get shopping. All of these links are clickable. So they can click on every item. Every social media link is linked, and you can do all that through Klaviyo, even the my logo. Then the third email, you wait 7 days. Then the third one they'll get is just letting them know that we participate with Afterpay, because sometimes companies don't know that they can split up their portions. So we just let them know. When they click on this link, it sends them to a video explaining what Afterpay is and how you can split up your purchase. This is a simple picture I designed. I shot this photo myself with my sister and her coworkers on a boat. And we uploaded these photos. I was able to design it and drag it directly into Klaviyo for editing. If they click shop now, it'll take them to that collection showing these women's wearing these items. And then some of the items that they have on here. So you can link your welcome series to do the same thing. So that's what I wanted to show as far as that. If anybody has any questions, I know that was a lot of information.
That was really good information. So thank you for sharing the example of how you set up like that flow for the welcome, because that's not always clear, I think, to people.
Yeah, and welcome emails are that way. Abandoned carts, I do find that, and Klaviyo will also track how your series is doing. If you're generating sales from those clicks or those links. I also have prompts that are set up when someone leaves an item in their cart. A few hours later, they'll get an email that's like, well, let's give you like maybe 5% more extra. Let's give you 20% off instead of 15. These items are going fast. I'll have that set up. And I do see that people do come back when you offer either a little more, or they probably got distracted and got off of your website. So Klaviyo is one of the leading email marketing companies that I know of. And again, 50,000 business owners are using them, for their email automation. And when I was with MailChimp, I didn't feel like I can have this much freedom where everything is scheduled to a T. I even have branches that if a person made a purchase in the past over a certain amount, I can market to them in the emails. And another set of people will get a different set of emails. So it'll say if you spent $50 or more, you'll see these emails. If you spent $50 or less, you'll see those emails. So not everybody is always getting the same emails. I can also send out campaigns for specific products. If 30 people bought pocketbooks, I can design a whole campaign on Canva and just show those 30 people that bought pocketbooks. And this is what all of these big brand companies are doing with us as well. You know, we see all the ads that we look at on Instagram, next minute it's on Facebook, then it's in your email box. They're you know, targeting us and, you know, to get their product back into, you know, your view and to see if you're still interested in it.
So thank you, Tracy. So just to keep us moving along, Tracy, you can put your contact info in the chat. So if anyone needs to follow up, they can follow up with you. And yay, so everyone give her a clap. Thank you, Tracy.
How do I make you the host, or did you take it back? I don't know.
Oh, I need you to give it back, please.
Yeah,
So above, you're gonna go and hover with your mouse over my name, and you're gonna see a blue box that says more, and you're gonna click that, and you're going to.
it says make her host. Okay. Do you want to make her host? Yes. Okay. You got it?
Thank you. So I'm excited because next up we have our trademark lawyer, Ashley. Ashley, are you ready?
I am.
Yay! So Ashley Black is a wife, mom, and lawyer. She is a generational wealth and business strategist who supports clients with legally building their business. Notice legally building, it's key, and estates. And Ashley is the owner of the Black Firm LLC, a life attorney with legal solutions for life situations. And she's going to chat with us about trademarking. So thank you for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I'll go ahead and get started. When I thought about trademark, I said, well, what specifically do I want to talk about? Because there's a lot that can go into it. And, you know, we don't have hours on hours. So I wanted to kind of just talk to everybody about the basic trademark process and preparing your business, your logos, your trade names for trademark. What we have been seeing with our firm specifically, especially during the pandemic, people are having a lot of time, so they're starting their businesses, but they're not really taking the time to actually prepare for their business to be trademarked. And a lot of people just want to, you know, I got a business name, let me go ahead and jump on the trademark process. And we're happy that they're, you know, going about it the right way, but sometimes I feel like people jump too fast at doing their trademarks. So I like to use the analogy with my clients that your trademark is like your child, it's a baby. And so this is something that you've produced, hopefully thought about, sat on for a while. And let's just say you're coming up with a name. When you have a child, you know, for the 9 months or probably before that, you're thinking about, what am I going to name this baby? You know, you talk to people about it. You get, you know, different ideas. You don't just settle on the first name you come up with. If you're like me and my husband, you argue about what name you're going to choose to have your baby. And so I always tell people that's how the process with creating your trademark is going to be. You don't just want to say, okay, this is what my name is going to be, or, you know, this is what my logo is going to be, and that now I want to trademark it. You want to actually sit on it, see it in use. When we do the trademarks, there are 2 ways that you can trademark. You can trademark with the intent to use your trademark or logo, and then also in commerce. For attorneys, it's much more easier for us to get your trademark approved if it's already in commerce. So a lot of times we tell clients, you know, I know that you're dead set on this specific name, this specific logo, but actually get it out there and see how it's going. Once I've given people that information, what I see a lot of times is people want to now change the way that their logo looks, or people want to now change their name. And so that saves you money in the long run, because if you would have went ahead and trademarked that, now you're going back to square one to do this all over when you didn't take the time to actually prepare it. So when you're looking into trademarking your business, especially if it's a new business, you definitely want to treat it like your baby. Sit and think about your name, run it across, you know, don't run it to everybody, because of course you're trying to protect it, but, you know, talk to people close to you, get an idea of what that is going to be like actually in commerce. Start to prepare flyers and business cards, things that we'll be able to use to produce to the USPTO, so that we can actually show them what this is going to look like, or what it's actually looking like in commerce. And then also what's important when you're talking about trademarking is understanding that when you trademark, your name, your business name, your logo, that you have to trademark based on a class. So a lot of people may sell different products. Let's say you sell t-shirts and you sell hair, and you know, there are different classes for different things. And before you go into the trademark process, you have to understand and know what specific class your trademark is going to go under. And so what we see happen to us a lot is people come and say, well, the filing fee is $225 or $275, depending on how you do it. But that's per class. And so they may, under their business, have 5 or 6 classes that they need to file their trademark under. So the class is not only important because this is what you're placing your business under for the world to understand what it is that you specifically sell or what service or product you have, but it's also a part of your filing fee. So it's great to understand exactly how much you're going to pay for your trademark, and then what class the world is going to see that trademark under. So, you know, when we're talking about classes, you can always go to the USPTO website. They'll give you a list of all of the classes that your trademark can go under. You also want to go and search your name or logo to see if it's already out there. That's really important. We do it as a service when we have trademark clients. But if you're going to try to do it on your own, then that's one of the first things that you definitely want to do. I, even before I retain my clients as their trademark attorney, I have them go ahead and look into the USPTO to see if that name is out there, because, you know, you don't want to do all of this work and then someone else already has that name. And again, just like the baby scenario, if your sister's kid is named John, you probably weren't going to name your kid John either. So you really definitely want to treat this like your child, like you're naming something that's very important to you. Take time. It is important to get your trademark, but it's more important to make sure that you do it the correct way, and not that you're just firing a gun and jumping on something and it's not going to be what you really want. And then also, when you're talking about trademarking your trade name versus your logo, there are 2 ways that you can do that. And sometimes, depending on the client, that can get difficult. Some people have their trade names as a part of their logo, and then they want to trademark those together. But sometimes it's better to actually trademark them separately. So to have your name trademark and then also to have your logo trademark separately. And so those are things that you think about prior to, you know, designing your logo. Do you want to actually put your trade name in your logo? If you're going to do that, are you going to trademark those together, or are you going to do them separately? So there's a lot to think about when it comes to trademarking, but the most important part is to make sure that what you're actually going to trademark is something that you're dead set on, because this is something that you're, number one, investing in, and then you're putting it out to the world to say, this is mine. No one else, you know, no one else can have this. This is mine. And you want to make sure that that's really exactly what you want.
I see that we have a question. So the classes are based on type of product?
So yeah, it depends on, it can be products or services, and they have them listed. And even as attorneys, it can be a bit confusing, because there could be, like, let's say t-shirts. You could have, depending on how you're selling the t-shirts, it could be listed. Let's say you are just printing t-shirts and you're selling them individually. Well, that can be listed under a class as apparel. But let's say you're wholesaling t-shirts and, you know, you're selling them by the bulk. That could be listed under a different class. So it really depends on not specifically the product, but the way that the product is being sold.
So this is where you would come in, right? You
Yeah.
would like help that client know which direction to go in.
Yeah, exactly. And then and it can be done on your own. I always want to be 100% honest with people, because there are some people who just don't have the funds for attorneys. But what that is going to require is a lot of reading on the USPTO's website, and then being in constant communication with the person who is working with your trademark. And sometimes they will help you through the process, and it really just depends on who you get. Sometimes they won't. They'll just say, you should have known what you were doing, and we're going to either accept or deny it. But before you go into the process, they have everything that you need to know on their website. But if it's something that you've never done before, or you feel like you just, you don't want to touch it, then I would definitely advise getting an attorney to assist you.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. We have a question, but I didn't know anything, and then I thought I figured it out, and I filed under the wrong class accidentally, so it got denied. So then I had to hire a lawyer to appeal it, and it ended up costing
way more. Mm-hmm.
But one of the questions is, what's the difference using the t-shirt reference, meaning the t-shirt for selling individual versus wholesale?
So if you have a individual t-shirt line, let's say for instance, for us, there is no difference because you're selling t-shirts in your mind. But the wholesale, if you're selling wholesale under a specific class of the USPTO, then they want the public to know that. So in my mind, there is no difference. But if there was another t-shirt line that specifically just sold, this one t-shirt and this one t-shirt only, and then you had yours that sold, wholesale t-shirts, they just want to make sure that the public is aware of the difference between the way those two classes work. So there isn't really a difference. It's just that they are that specific when it comes to your trademark about how your goods and services are, how they're put out to the public.
So what would be the best class to sell under?
It would depend on, it depends on your business. I couldn't tell you, like, if, for instance, if you sell hair, right? But you also sell, you also create your own natural products. Those different you would have different classes for each parts of those business. So I would never advise you only under one specific class, because it just really depends on your specific business.
I think she meant in terms of t-shirts, but
do you sell wholesale or do you sell?
She does both.
Well, you'll have to do both classes.
Okay, so give me an example of why it would matter if I did it in one class versus the wholesale class. Like at what point can it become a legal issue?
So what happens is so the USPTO is there to protect your trademark, but it's not going to protect your trademark from any and everything. So if someone else came along and let's say they sold t-shirts as well, but theirs is doing it wholesale and your class is only under, the apparel, then they may be approved for that trademark under the wholesale because yours wasn't in that class under the wholesale piece of it. So it's really just to protect your brand for every class that you are put under. That's really the biggest thing. There are some people who trademark and only do, one specific aspect of their business, and they do other things. But if someone else comes along, let's say with the same business name, and they're doing wholesale t-shirts, then the USPTO may approve that business name, under that class because your class is a different class.
So yeah, that makes sense how the public could get really confused, thinking it's like one brand when it's another.
Right.
And there are separate fees for every class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a bit complicated. That's why, I would still say get a lawyer even after this, but I'm just biased because of my own experience.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of attorneys that will assist you with just the process as well, because we do that. You know, understand that our clients are not gonna, especially with small businesses and they're just starting out, they may not have the funds to say, hey, Attorney Black, I need you to do everything. So what we do at our firm is, if there's a piece of it that you need assistance with, we will do that. We just wouldn't, you know, work with the USPTO. But a lot of times I have clients who call in to just do consultations on, you know, what classes they feel like they need to do their trademark under. And there are plenty of attorneys that will work with you. And I know that there are some that do actual workshops to help you prepare your application to go to the USPTO, which just kind of, you know, saves you funds in the end.
So we went a little bit over, but is there any last question before we go on? I know it's like a complicated topic. Okay, we'll take that as no. Thank you for giving us like oh wait, I see a hand waving.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I figure I can just speak quicker than I can talk. So since we'll run out of time, what if someone had a set of logos? Would that be like, sounds like I'm cheating, but what if I had a set of logos, like say 5 circles or something? And that was like a set, but I took one part of it and use it for some other part of my business, another part for another part of my business. Could I do that? Could I buy or get a trademark for that and then use them individually? Has anyone ever done that before? Is that something that's possible?
So I'm trying to understand. So you have one logo that you split up for different parts.
Yeah, let's take, for example, the Dunkin' Donuts little icons that we see, like the little running man. I think there's like 3 of them or something. Mm-hmm. Say, for example, that was your logo. It was 3 circles, and each circle was a different image. But you wanted to take that set and say, okay, I want to buy this. I want this to be my trademark for my business, but each one of these circles represents a different part of my business. One circle represents apparel design. Another circle represents illustrations. Another circle represents logo design or something like that. So is it possible to do that and break it down so that way now you've got one logo, but they're all used separately?
Yes, you can do that, but it's still the same thing. You would still have to separate
different classes
for that one logo. So yes, people have done that. So you can take a logo and then, because the USPTO is just going to look at the logo and, you know, trademark that one logo. Mm-hmm. How you separate it would be per class. That would just kind of be on your own. But you would still have to be specific to the class that's going to, you know, go under that one logo, even if they're all separate. If each circle meant something different, mm-hmm. If you want to trademark one logo and then put 3 classes under that logo, you could do that.
But if they all happen to be the same class, I got a good deal, right?
Yeah, if they're all the same class, then you're fine. You just pay it for one class. But if, you know, there are going to be 3 separate ones, then you still have to pay the 3 separate class fees.
Okay.
Wow. Cool. Interesting. Wow. Okay. It's so interesting how business works. Yeah. And logos. And
thank you for that education.
Very cool. So thank you so much, Ashley, for giving us such a concise breakdown. Everyone give it up for her. Thank you. All right. So we're going to move right along to our last speaker, Marsha. Marsha, are you ready?
I'm ready.
She's like, I've been born ready. So Marsha Guerriere is the owner of Her Sweet Spot. Her Sweet Spot empowers multicultural women entrepreneurs to build successful businesses by providing courses, coaching, and networking opportunities to strengthen their economic success. And she's going to be speaking on marketing plans. So.
Thank you. Thanks, Beth. Thanks for having me. Both Tracy and Ashley, phenomenal work. And thank you for your tips. I have 2 trademarks. I've been through trademark hell and back for many years. I came out with an original brand called Women on the Rise NY. And I didn't trademark it for exactly everything Ashley said in the beginning, because I knew it wasn't unique and I knew it wasn't special, and I was waiting to see how the terms women on the rise were used out in the marketplace, and it's used everywhere. And so I knew I needed to be unique, and years later I had her sweet spot in mind for another business, and I just rebranded and did a DBA and trademark and all that stuff. So excellent information. So I'm here to talk about marketing, and I'm going to give you 3 tips to market yourself successfully for 2021. I know that this year has been crazy with COVID shutting businesses down. I've been an entrepreneur for years and been working for fintech also for over 20 years, and I do both. And I've been fortunate enough to have my business be a primarily digital business, although I do a lot of in-person stuff here in New York. But I have been always ensuring that my business would survive exactly what happened in the COVID world of 2019, what is this? COVID-20 in 2020. So I'm going to give you 3 tips for your business to actively thrive in such a time as this and beyond. As we know, we're getting a new administration. Thank you, Jesus. And next year, he is not threatening. It's a good thing what he's doing, but part of his plan is to shut us back down nationwide to kind of cut this COVID stuff, from spreading. And so it's going to be even more important for you to prepare now for that time for your business. And marketing, and primarily digital marketing, is the way to go. So here are 3 things that I think you guys can work on if you're not already, or amp up for your 2021. And the first thing is diversifying your content marketing. And Tracy talked a lot about and gave you some great examples on social media and scheduling your social media, but an email marketing tool, which it was a great example that she showed, especially for e-commerce. And the goal of content marketing is to create and share relevant, engaging content that connects with your ideal audience and actually can help you convert and your sales even more. I like to tell people it's important for you to diversify your content marketing, because everybody attracts to things differently, whether it is through a blog post, infographics, visual content that they could see. Gifts nowadays is all the rage, ebooks, webinars, video content. Those are all ways to generate lead magnets to help you connect with your ideal customers and engage with them outside of social media. So oftentimes, so I know there are a couple of product-based businesses out here, and a lot of times people don't think of themselves as a blog type of website, or because you're in e-commerce, some people don't think they should have a blog, and they don't even consider it as part of their content marketing. But it's very important to help you build your, which is my item number 2, which is improving your SEO, your search engine optimization marketing, and all of the little different things that you could offer that attaches digitally your website, your social media pages, your YouTube, now TikTok. All of these areas work together to build what is the second thing, which is to improve your search engine optimization. I think the beauty of content marketing is that you can get as creative as you want. You can make videos all out of images without actually having to do, moving videos nowadays. And there are free services for you to use that will allow you to create things that measure up to hiring any digital marketer and content creator out there, which is what is so great about all of the new technologies that are out here now to help you be a small business and operate as a big business. So the second thing, like I said, is improving your SEO. Small businesses face many challenges with their digital marketing, and hiring someone to do digital marketing for you sometimes is not an option. I don't know if you guys try to reach out to marketing companies or even your website hosting company to handle SEO optimization for you, but it's expensive. Not only is it expensive, but it's super time consuming. Everyone tries to sell you this big idea on, oh my God, get on Google's search engine, the first page, you could do it. Hire me to do your SEO. And they may even sell you a one-time package to get it done. But the truth is, it's not that simple. It's not that easy. It's not an overnight thing. Just like building your business, it's very rare that you can become one of those viral overnight successes. SEO optimization is the same thing. Just to give you a little background, SEO optimization is really the place where you get your web pages visible in search engines like Google or Bing or even Yahoo. The algorithms that all of these search engines use is based on the content and the keywords that you are using within those pieces of content. Again, like blog posts, linking to other people's page. If you become a contributor, let's say there's magazines out there you want to contribute to online and linking it back to your website, having someone else write an article about your business in any publication. It doesn't have to be main media. Any forms of media is important media that will contribute to the increase of your SEO optimization. And search engines, they're consistently updating those algorithms. So it will never be you work on something. So like I said, companies will tell you, hire me for this one-time project to upgrade your SEO, and then we'll work to get you converted into a high-ranking state. It doesn't work that way. Just like all of you probably know that Facebook is forever changing their algorithm, and one day you're seeing messages that you don't see before, or people stop seeing your messages. The same thing is happening with search engine optimization and search engine algorithms. So it's important, again, that you diversify your content, which is number one, and also use the proper keywords that will link people back to your specialization, whatever it is you're selling, whatever services you're providing, the title that you give yourself in your business. All of these things add up, and what is called metadata. If you have access to the back end of your website to enter in your own metadata, that is what these marketers are doing when they tell you that they could improve your SEO. It's the data in the fields behind your website that says, what's the name of this picture? So when you're adding pictures to your e-commerce site, put the name of the product or the type of product, whatever that special keyword is, that when people are searching for your business, it will help rank you higher in your on the internet. And the third thing I want to leave you guys with is artificial intelligence. I don't know how many, I come from a world of fintech. I've been in fintech for over 20 something years, so technology doesn't scare me. I've watched technology replace people, and it only has increased other people's skills and abilities, and it transfers your skills. So the use of AI is one of those things that most small businesses don't even think about, or are afraid to invest in, because they believe that it is something that's expensive, or they think it's so technical. But you are using, and we're all faced with AI in almost everything we do nowadays. If you are noticing that Big Brother's always watching, if you sometimes you even think about something and you start typing the words, and you type 3 letters and you're like, how did it know I wanted blue bunnies on a purple Sunday? And then all of a sudden, it's like you type blue and they're like blue bunnies on a purple Sunday. And you're like, wait a minute, how in the world did this computer know? Because it's following and it's tracking your past behavior. And it's looking at, one, SEO, what other people are looking for when they type in BLU or blue. And all of that together combines to create that artificial intelligence. Your search engines are guessing what you're doing. And what you need to know is that AI is almost everywhere, including, you guys see it on Facebook when they suggest things to you. If you noticed in your house, if you have multiple devices in your home and you're using multiple things, if you search for something on one device based on your IP and you go to another device, you will see the ads for that that thing or product or that you were searching for on one device. And that is all picked up by artificial intelligence. It's communications and technology that are speaking to each other to take a guess at what you're doing. For small businesses, AI is actually attainable and right at your fingertips to help you communicate, connect with your clients. If you're like me and you are working a full-time job, running a business, have a Facebook business page. Facebook, if you have a business page and you don't know, there are settings in Facebook that allow you to automate questions and responses to your customers that are visiting your page. And if you haven't set it up, I'm sure you visited a business page on Facebook and you get the pop-up already like, oh, hey, hello, Judy. What are you doing today? And then, so AI and that system will allow you as the creator to predetermine what people will ask. And you would know that based on the frequently asked questions, the type of questions you're primarily responding to at certain points of the day and time. Things like, you know, what are your hours? What do you do? And there's certain questions you'll know that people ask you most frequently that you would schedule as part of your automation. And that's basically called chatbots. And chatbots are another way for you to connect with your customers, keep engaged with them, and let them believe that you're a 24-hour operating business. And it lets you make sales more than you know, because you can actually tell them about your products in this algorithm, in this AI. And instead of focusing on the technology, you simply need to consider what kind of things people will want, and that'll help you complete closes. And God forbid we have to go in lockdown next year. It will help you stay connected to your customers, while we learned that this year we were all consumed with Amazon and shopping and online while we were going through our lockdowns, and now working remote. These are some of the things I think will help you with your business in 2021. That's it.
Wow. Okay. So does anyone have any questions for Marsha? I was taking notes. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, Beth, this is Vernay. Hi, good evening. I have a question.
Hi, Renee.
Hi. So the AI, what would be the first step? I mean, is there a specific third-party company that you would recommend for small businesses? And how does that work exactly, or what tiers do they have?
Yes, there are many companies, just like SMS, where you can send group texts and chats to your clients. There are many out there. One that I believe Facebook interacts with and uses is called ManyChats, and it's basically another template and setup that you would do to take yourself through the steps of a conversation. So you're pretty much going to document what a typical conversation would be like with a client. What are some of the first questions that come? Hi, how are you? How can we help you today? Are you looking for, I'm a business coach, or do you have a business? Would be the first thing that I ask in my chat box. Are you working a full-time job and navigating between employee and employer? Are you finding it difficult to maintain certain things? So you'll begin to ask, you'll know based off of a script that you write for yourself. And they do cost. They're like with every apps that are out there now, they do have monthly fees for you, but the Facebook version is free. SMS is another way to connect with your customers through automation, and there are many companies out there that allow you to have chats with your clients through your text messaging. Superphone is one that most of my clients are using, and I think there's a monthly charge and a per connection charge that you would have to pay for.
I never thought about AI. That just
Thank you.
wow. Did that so cool. All right. So Renee, that answered your question, it seems like.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Cool. I want to make sure before we leave. Oh, does anyone have any last questions for Marsha? If not, can give her a clap. Thank you for, wow. I'm still kind of like the AI part. Really had not thought about that. I think about it more in terms of like self-driving cars and different things. Yeah. But I want to make sure you guys all exchange information. We're definitely out of time, but just drop your, oh, you're welcome, Ronza. Thank you so much for joining us. Just, guys, put your social media or your LinkedIn, your emails in the chat so you guys can keep in touch with each other. Some of you know each other from the directory, and then some of you don't. So
Beth, can you add mine's in, because my keyboard is still.
Oh, sure. So
it's
Tracy,
just, my email is info@sassaries.com.
so at SASSARIES.com.
And then Instagram and social media, Pinterest, all that is under just Sassaries. Thank you.
IG, you said Pinterest.
Yeah, all the social media things.
Yeah, you're like really good with your consistency. Yeah.
Well, it actually said like I trademarked the name. I created the word, so I had to do those paperworks and things like that. So I'm definitely familiar with the trademarking she spoke of.
Yeah, I mean, you got your money's worth. You're using it. That's the whole point. Yes. Awesome. Yeah. So, does anyone have any last questions or anything before we head out for the evening? I feel like I go into teacher mode like when I do these, because you know that's what I do. So like, does anyone have any last questions? But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'm so happy you guys are able to join us. Thank you so much to our speakers. They didn't have to do this for you all, and they did. They gave a part of their evening. They shared some of their time with us, which is definitely our most valuable commodity that we have in life, and our health, right? So
the presentation I have put together really quickly, if anybody wants to send me an email, I can just show you, like I had took a couple screenshots of some of the websites I was speaking of and just examples of how the pop-ups would look if you create them through Canva and things like that. So if you want a copy of that, I can, just send me an email and I'll shoot it over to you tonight.
Tracy, what's your last name? I'm going to find you on LinkedIn.
I can put her on.
You could put it in there.
It's O-N, right? All of a sudden
Me? P-O-T-T-E-N.
Oh, E-N?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Duh.
There you go.
Try the first one. It's the second one.
Second one.
Yeah.
On LinkedIn, yeah. On LinkedIn, it's under my first and last name. It's mostly corporate related, but I do have Sasseries on there as well.
I just found you and I saw that. So I'm on a mission now to have corporations allow Black women to speak boldly about being sidepreneurs. The numbers are staggering as to how many of us are starting side businesses. And I've been talking to a lot of corporations this year about what they're doing to support women in one, because we're the number one group leaving corporate America, right? And so yeah. And I look at that, so I notice. I'm like, okay, she's working, and you're me. I'm you.
Work and school and parents, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us. It's really good to see you virtually.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Little tiny boxes, but yeah, it's nice. I hope this all helps everyone for 2021. Because who knows what life's going to throw at us, but if we have some tools, then we have something that we can start with. It's always good to have a couple tools, especially new ones, to add into what already is working for us. So yay, I'm so happy and grateful for you all. So thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you for always putting these together and for what you're doing for the culture.
You're welcome. Yeah.
It's been years. I've been knowing Beth for like 5 years. You've been doing this for a long time.
Well, I've been doing the directory for 3.5 now.
Your
but I've been a photographer. Oh yeah.
Your activism for Black-owned businesses has been strong for a number of years. So thank you for what you're doing.
You're welcome. Yeah, my dad worked for a small business owner, so that's how we ate, and it was tight. Some years the small business made more than others, but that put me through college. I mean, it's so important. So yeah, it's really important. So all right, guys, have a good evening. Stay safe, stay healthy. Enjoy the holiday season, the new year. Be blessed.
Same to you.
Guys,
You too.
thank you.
Right, bye. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Bye, ladies.
Bye. Thank you, Tamika.
You're welcome. I'm glad I caught it to jump on.
Yeah.
I just ended up sending you the message on LinkedIn, if that's okay, because I didn't have your email and stuff right away. So that was the quickest thing you could do.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
No problem.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
See you guys. Have a good night. Night tea.